And he heard the words of Laban's sons, saying, Jacob has taken away all that was our father's, and of that which was our father's has he gotten all this glory. And Jacob beheld the countenance of Laban, and behold, it was not toward him as before. And Yahuwah said unto Jacob, Return unto the land of your fathers, and to your kindred, and I will be with you. And Jacob sent and called Rachel and Leah to the field unto his flock, and said unto them, I see your father's countenance, that it is not toward me as before. But the Elohim of my father has been with me, and ye know that with all my power I have served your father. And your father has deceived me, and changed my wages 10 times. The Elohim suffered him not to hurt me. If he said thus, The speckled shall be your wages, then all the cattle were speckled. And if he said thus, The ringstraight shall be your hire, then bore all the cattle ringstraight. Thus Elohim has taken away the cattle of your father, and given them to me. And it came to pass at the time that the cattle conceived, that I lifted up my eyes, and saw in a dream, and behold, the rams which leaped upon the cattle were ringstraight, speckled, and grizzled. And the angel of Elohim spoke unto me in a dream, saying, Jacob. And I said, Here am I. And he said, Lift up now your eyes, and see, all the rams which leap upon the cattle are ringstraight, speckled, and grizzled. For I have seen all that Laban does unto you. I am the Elohim of Beit El, where you anointed the pillar, where you vowed a vow unto me. Now arise, get you out from this land, and return unto the land of your kindred. And Rachel and Leah answered and said unto him, Is there yet any portion or inheritance for us in our father's house? Are we not counted to him strangers? For he has sold us, and has quite devoured also our money. For all the riches which Elohim has taken from our father, that is ours and our children's. Now then, whatsoever Elohim has said unto you, do. Then Jacob rose up, and set his sons and his women upon camels. And he carried away all his cattle, and all his goods which he had gotten, the cattle of his getting, which he had gotten in Padan Haram, for to go to Yitzchak his father in the land of Canaan. And Laban went to shear his sheep, and Rachel had stolen the teraphim that were her father's. And Jacob stole away unawares to Laban the Amorite, and that he told him not that he fled. So he fled with all that he had, and he rose up and passed over the river, and set his face toward the Mount Gilead. And it was told Laban on the 3rd day that Jacob was fled. And he took his brethren with him, and pursued after him 7 days' journey, and they overtook him in the mount of Gilead. And Elohim came to Laban the Amorite in a dream by night, and said unto him, Take heed that you speak not to Jacob either good or bad. Then Laban overtook Jacob. Now Jacob had pitched his tent in the mount, and Laban with his brethren pitched in the mount of Gilead. And Laban said to Jacob, What have you done that you have stolen away unawares to me, and carried away my daughters as captives taken with the sword? Wherefore did you flee away secretly, and steal away from me, and did not tell me, that I might have sent you away with mirth, and with songs, with tambourette, and with harp, and have not suffered me to kiss my sons and my daughters? You have now done foolishly in so doing. It is in the power of my hand to do you hurt. But the Elohim of your father spoke unto me yesternight, saying, Take heed that you speak not to Jacob, either good or bad. And now, though you would needs be gone, because you were sore longed after your father's house, yet wherefore have you stolen my Elohim? And Jacob answered and said unto Laban, Because I was afraid, for I said, Perchance you would take by force your daughters from me. With whomsoever you find your Elohim, let him not live, before our brethren discern what is yours with me, and take it to you. For Jacob knew not that Rachel had stolen them. And Laban went into Jacob's tent, and into Leah's tent, and into the 2 maidservants' tents. but he found them not. Then went he out of Leah's tent and entered into Rachel's tent. Now Rachel had taken the teraphim and put them in the camel's furniture and sat upon them. And Laban searched all the tent, but found them not. And she said to her father, Let it not displease my Adonai, that I cannot rise up before you, for the custom of women is upon me. Then he searched, but found not the teraphim. And Yaakov was wroth, and chode with Laban. And Yaakov answered and said to Laban, What is my transgression? What is my sin, that you have so hotly pursued after me? Whereas you have searched all my stuff, what have you found of all your household stuff? Yet it here before my brethren and your brethren, that they may judge betwixt us both. This 20 years have I been with you. Your ewes and your she-goats have not cast their young, and the rams of your flock have I not eaten. That which was torn of beasts I brought not unto you. I bore the loss of it. Of my hand did you require it, whether stolen by day or stolen by night. Thus I was in the day, the drought consumed me, and the frost by night, and my sleep departed from my eyes. Thus have I been 20 years in your house. I served you 14 years for your 2 daughters, and 6 years for your cattle. And you have changed my wages 10 times, except the Elohai of my father, the Elohai of Abraham, and the fear of Yitzchak had been with me. Surely you had sent me away now empty. Elohim has seen my affliction and the labor of my hands, and rebuked you yesternight. And Laban answered and said unto Yaakov, These daughters are my daughters, and these children are my children, and these cattle are my cattle, and all that you see is mine. And what can I do this day unto these my daughters, or unto their children which they have borne? Now therefore come, let us cut a covenant, I and you, and let it be for a witness between me and you. And Yaakov took a stone, and set it up for a pillar. And Yaakov said unto his brethren, Gather stones. And they took stones and made a heap. And they did eat there upon the heap. And Laban called it Yegar Sahaduta. But Yaakov called it Galed. And Laban said, This heap is a witness between me and you this day. Therefore was the name of it called Galed. And Mitzpah, for he said, Yahuwah watch between me and you, when we are absent one from another. If you shall afflict my daughters, or if you shall take other women besides my daughters, no man is with us. See, Elohim is witness betwixt me and you. And Laban said to Yaakov, Behold this heap, and behold this pillar, which I have cast betwixt me and you. This heap be a witness, and this pillar be witness, that I will not pass over this heap to you, and that you shall not pass over this heap and this pillar unto me for harm. The Elohim of Abraham, and the Elohai of Nachor, the Elohai of their father, judge betwixt us. And Yaakov swore by the fear of his father Yitzchak. Then Yaakov offered sacrifice upon the mount, and called his brethren to eat bread. And they did eat bread, and tarried all night in the mount. And early in the morning Laban rose up, and kissed his sons and his daughters, and blessed them. And Laban departed, and returned unto his place.